Hello everyone, long time no see. I just wanted to give you guys some updates on past audits and a mix of government news from around the United States, so be sure to stick around to the end for the WTF moments. Before I get started on the news segment, I'm asking for donations to continue this channel. The cost of fuel and everything else has increased significantly. If you want me to continue to fight for your rights, please hit the donation link in the description box. Alright. First and foremost, St. Louis has dropped the trespassing charges against me. It turns out they didn't think it was a wise move to take it to trial. Maybe they could take this time to properly train their police officers and library staff on the First Amendment right to record public officials. I will be returning to that library in the future. If you guys would like a better look of the interior, be sure to let me know in the comments. Second, the St. Louis City prosecutor, Kim Gardner, is in some hot water over a botched prosecution of ex-Missouri Governor Eric Greitens. The Missouri Office of Disciplinary Counsel came to a joint agreement that Mrs. Gardner's conduct was negligent or even reckless. No surprise there considering what I've found so far. Third, Quincy, Illinois has a new chief of police. After several drama-filled council and commission meetings where the mayor wanted to hire a retired police officer from Chicago to come down to Quincy, Illinois and butt in line of two well-qualified candidates that had put in 22 years of service to this city. Fortunately enough for the citizens of Quincy, we have a chief of police that has extensive experience in the town he works in. Fourth, the Mount Sterling prison guards charged in the death of inmate Larry Irvin had their day in court with a jury. The jury turned in guilty verdicts for defendants Alex Banta on conspiracy against civil rights, deprivation of civil rights, obstruction of justice, and falsification of records in a federal investigation. The second defendant, Todd Scheffler, lucked out with a hung jury, although the prosecutors may refile the charges. Fifth, you may all remember my arrest at the Boone County, Missouri courthouse a year or so ago. I have some interesting news from that building. Dan Knight, the longtime prosecutor for Boone County, was found dead in his home from a gunshot wound. The police say no foul play is expected. Yet, in the next few days, a longtime civil rights attorney in Boone County, Missouri, Stephen Wise, was also found dead in his home with no foul play suspected. If you want me to investigate this, type the word yes in the comments section and I will get to work on it. Sixth, a Missouri juvenile officer from Hannibal, Missouri was indicted on child sex trafficking charges. He's accused of picking up a 15-year-old girl and having sex with her while secretly recording it. Apparently, there's far more than this one victim, which is no surprise there. I'm sure this would be one of the government employees that tells me I can't record them. Seventh, a San Jose, California police officer is accused of masturbating in front of a domestic violence victim while he was in uniform and trying to track down the suspect. Eighth, Calvin, Oklahoma's chief of police was arrested by the Oklahoma Bureau of Narcotics for distribution of meth. I can't wait to hear the legal defense on this one. Ninth, Pike County, Missouri deputy Roy Peters was arrested for DUI in Adams County, Illinois. He was without a license for a couple of months up until the court released it. I wonder how many times he drove a Pike County, Missouri Sheriff's Department vehicle without a license. 10th, an assistant chief of police for the city of St. Louis settled a discrimination case with the city to the tune of $162,000. The lawsuit stems from the assistant chief being denied a promotion simply because he's white. 11th, a suspended Pennsylvania State Trooper, Sean McKenzie, has been charged by the U.S. Attorney's Office. He's been charged with possession and production of child pornography. 12th, a South Carolina school resource officer, Justin Hatfield, has been arrested on 2 counts of criminal solicitation of a minor. He's accused of masturbating on live video chat with somebody he knew was under the age of 18. 13th, a Georgia Sheriff's Deputy, Jerry Glover, is charged with rape, violation of his oath of office, and false imprisonment. He's accused of raping a woman while on duty and in uniform. 14th, a Fort Collins, Colorado police officer, Valerie Pedraza, was arrested twice in one day for domestic violence. 15th, an ex-Ohio police chief, Dorian LaCourse, was recently sentenced to 3 years probation for trafficking 200 fully automatic machine guns. This is an extremely light sentence considering the charges. 16th, Fernandina Beach police officer John Finley has been fired, arrested, and charged for sexual battery. 17th, a Jacksonville, Florida officer has been charged by the U.S. Attorney's Office with 1 count of using a minor child to produce sexually explicit images, 2 counts of attempting to use a minor to produce sexually explicit images, and 1 count of attempted online enticement of a minor to engage in illegal sexual activity. 18th, North Dakota State Senator Ray Holmberg is under investigation for having many text messages with a man jailed on child pornography charges. 19th, a Tulsa, Oklahoma police officer, D'Angelo Rees, has been charged with first-degree rape from an incident in April. 20th, a former police officer in Mississippi, Dante Bender, has been accused of killing another police officer and his girlfriend. 21st, Cook County State's Attorney Kim Fox is accused of slapping her husband during a domestic dispute, but no arrests were made. No surprise there. 22nd, a former Wisconsin Supreme Court Justice, Michael Gableman, was held in contempt of court related to the investigation of Donald Trump's election loss. 23rd, an Oil City, Louisiana police officer, William Fitzpatrick, is accused of committing sexual battery while on duty when a woman woke up in the middle of the night to find the police officer inappropriately touching her in her own home. 24th, a Miami-Dade County police officer was arrested for DUI and fleeing to elude at speeds in excess of 100 miles per hour. 25th, the U.S. Justice Department is opening up a wide civil rights investigation into the Louisiana State Police for a culture of impunity, nepotism, and outright racism. Geez, it took them long enough. 26th, the state of Illinois is investigating itself and the Illinois Department of Employment Security. The agency had received $3.6 billion of your tax money related to the pandemic. Out of the $3.6 billion, almost $2 billion of it was fraudulent. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, over half of it, and this is just the beginning. There's absolutely no way that much money is stolen without it being an inside job. 27th, the U.S. Congress has sent $45 billion of your tax money to Ukraine while the roads, bridges, and general infrastructure in this country are in desperate need of repair, as well as the rising food prices in this country. I hope you guys remember what happened to the $1 trillion we've spent in Iraq and Afghanistan and how that ended for us. Neither one of those countries had an Air Force or a Navy. 28. I believe I caught a pedophile a few weeks ago and the police are currently investigating. If they make an arrest, I will be sure to publish the video of the suspect. 29. I have 2 new lawsuits in the works against offending governments. I can't give any details on it at this moment other than to say that I can prove they violated the law. The 2 governments are the city of Quincy, Illinois and Hancock County, Illinois. I reasonably believe they violated Illinois FOIA and I believe they are hiding something. I will be publishing the video that I have received from Hancock County, Illinois in the next couple of days. As always, thank you for watching and be sure to hit that like, share, and subscribe button.